decade ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Rokusaburo Michiba. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from all over the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day, using all their senses, skills, creativity. They're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration will today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If memory serves me right, one of the most popular nightclubs in New York is Tattoo. Tattoo opened its branch in Tokyo in April 1995. It had never occurred to me that they had a chef good enough to step into my stadium until I was informed that they had invited one of the leading chefs from France. I was also intrigued to find out that this chef was awarded the Most Creative Chef of the Year of 1995 in a prestigious restaurant guide in France. The food this chef prepares is considered cutting edge, the most advanced and sophisticated in modern French cuisine one can find. Let's introduce today's challenger, a chef highly praised in Gaulmio's guidebook. Head chef of Tattoo, Tokyo, Bruno Menard. Menard stepped into the field of cooking at age 16. When he became a chef of Le Golden, his name started to spread nationwide when he gained 17 points on Gaulmio's scale, the record best for a chef his age. Naturally, people started to call him the Golden Boy. In 1995, he earned the Golden Key Award presented to the Most Creative Chef of the Year. In April, he moved to Japan.
Feel proud of having won that award at such a young age, but I have to say awards are not the most important element for a chef. You see, there's so much more than that for me.
Bruno Menard's works are three-dimensional, both in presentation and taste. His polished artistic senses are always visible.
I started from traditional classic French cuisine, but as I kept adding my own originality, I finally reached the style I have now, my own way, you see.
The true vanguard of modern French cuisine will step into my kitchen stadium today. So now, Menard, sharpen the cutting edge of your artistry and use the blade to cut down my Iron Chefs, if you dare.
I'll prepare the latest French food that is most popular in France these days. I'm sure they will be eye-openers for you.
京のナイトシーンの最先端を行く店から非常にとんがった料理を作る男がやってまいりました。あのゴーミオも今年最も創造的な料理に投票した男。さあ皆さん大きな拍手でお迎えください。初投票ブルーノ・メナール。
And entering the stadium, the former Golden Key Award winner who now produces his culinary creations here in Tokyo, the Frenchman Menard, the Golden Boy, going for the gold today.
ようこそいらっしゃいました。
Merci.
さあそれでは早速我が美食アカデミーが誇る3人の鉄人を登場させます。よみがえられアイアンシェフ。
Now ascending in the kitchen stadium, the nation's culinary leaders, your Iron Chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Iron Chef Japanese Roxaburo Michiba. Here they stand, the invincible men of culinary skills.
さあそれでは誰と戦いますか？
Monsieur Sakai.
All right, French on French. Menard going for Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai. He, among the first chefs to fuse Japanese cooking techniques with French recipes. And after his win over Toshido Kandagawa, Sakai's won his last 8 battles. But today, the golden boy of French cuisine will give him all he can handle.
非常にとんがった料理を作る今日の挑戦者。とんがったといえば角といえばあの歌を思い出したのです。角出せ槍出せ目玉出せ。それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。今日のテーマはエスカルゴ。
Escargot. If memory serves me right, aristocrats of medieval Europe described the best portion of these snails as the lady's sweat. Lady, of course, referring to the snail itself, and sap points to the juicy broth that collect at the bottom of the shell when cooking escargot. It's not the meat of escargot that is best. It is, in fact, the juices left in the shells. So, don't waste a drop of the lady's sweat.
All right, one of the most authoritative restaurant guides in France bestowing the most creative chef of the year award on today's challenger, Bruno Menard. Iron Chef Sakai will have to reach deep to win the gold today. We are set. Let's get it on.
All cuisine.
Bang a gong, we are on. This all-French duel with escargot underway, and the men making their way to the top. The ingredients stand there and collecting. Whoa, hear that crashing there. Escargot to go.
Wow.
And listen to that as they pile them into their trays. No soft shells here.
That's for sure.
And already Sakai rambling back down the steps. Challenger Menard, too, quickly getting back. And now let's meet our guests for today's battle. First, actress Keiko Saito, welcome.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
And he's already enjoying the show, singer Jun Inoue.
Hello.
And as always, our commentator, Dr. Yukio Hattori. Doc.
Always a pleasure.
Now, Doc, are these things still alive?
No, I don't think so. They were frozen beforehand and then thawed just before the battle.
All right.
The ones that are crawling underneath it, you can see, though, are alive, though, I think.
Okay, so some are still alive, but most are of the frozen variety?
Correct.
Okay.
And most of them have been lightly boiled prior to freezing, so it's not going to be that difficult to prepare them from this point on.
You know,
Okay.
speaking of escargot dishes,
Right.
I can think about only one.
Me too, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's the one served in an
With-
iron
with
container
garlic, right?
with the butter
Yep,
sauce.
yep,
Right.
Okay, yeah.
That's
All
what
right.
comes to mind
I
anyway.
love those.
Okay. That's called escargot à la bourguignon, or snails in a burgundy sauce.
Okay,
It's the
classic
most famous.
recipe.
Yeah.
Now, Doc, here on the slow-mo replay, checking out the Iron Chef with his meat extraction technique.
Right, the meat and the innards, I guess you would call
Okay.
it, too, yeah. Normally you don't use the intestines for cooking, though, but that's one point we should watch as they get ready for all
Okay, Okay, now how about the flavor of these? What would they taste like?
Well, they're almost just like a shellfish. Except they happen to be critters on land.
Floor reporter Shinichirota, go.
Yeah, when Iron Chef Sakai heard the theme ingredient being announced, he kind of grumbled out loud. He said, "Not still in the shells. Give me a break."
Well, not happy about that, and maybe not happy his 8-battle winning streak could be in jeopardy today.
You know, I always watch this show on TV, but it's completely different being here.
How?
So exciting.
It's, I don't know, I guess the excitement factor.
All right.
Right,
And
right.
you can smell
Yeah,
things too,
That's it.
right?
I smell it.
You
Yeah,
are
absolutely.
seeing and smelling live here.
You'll never get that through the TV.
Fires up the
We
appetite.
call it the drool factor.
Yes.
I also had a chance to talk to the challenger about the theme ingredient. He said the same thing. He says it's not going to be easy. Even in France, we seldom use the one still in the shells.
They don't.
Really? I didn't know that.
You know, Hattori-san, how about that?
It depends. At places where they raise these, you'll see them served in the shells.
Okay.
All right. And now still on Challenger Menar's side. Looks like a thin pastry sheet there.
Yeah, making something out of it. Oh, I see. He's making a pointed hood-like
Okay,
object.
well, the
Yeah.
Golden Boy's proponent of avant-garde food, sometimes referred to as pointed food.
Right, okay.
And here, symbolizing that visually.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to use that just as a
Okay,
decoration.
and Menar, a decorative component for something today, the cone shape to represent his cutting-edge approach and not the Eiffel Tower. Yes.
I have a preliminary list of ingredients on the challenger side: garlic, potatoes, girole mushrooms, shallots, Japanese tomburi, escargot, and 120 snails.
120, all right.
Okay, and right there are snail eggs.
Already
Oh,
prepped,
I've never
too.
seen those.
Escargot eggs, getting in close on them there.
Yeah, often called the pearls of the forest.
And almost translucent, too, they are.
Exactly, you're right. Yeah, they're whitish and clear. Yeah.
Fukusan?
Yes.
I also have a few of the ingredients found on the Iron Chef site. Sakai-san has selected nearly 160 of the snails, as well as the eggs, and I'm told that he'll be using the meat from frog legs before he's through.
Whoa.
Frog legs.
Oh,
Okay.
Frog leg
right.
drumsticks.
Finger looking good.
Yeah.
Have you tried them before?
Well, I have.
You
Yes,
didn't like them?
I did like them. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
much
did
like
too.
chicken.
They're excellent.
Like the right breast meat of chicken.
All right, snails and frogs both coming our way.
And snail eggs, don't forget that.
Right.
Okay, and now Challenger Menar seems to be in a good frame of mind, enjoying the opportunity today, even though he did say the theme is not easy.
Oh, that was the cone things. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they've definitely got to be
Little
decoration.
pointed hoods there.
And now picking up a whiff of something a little different there.
Going to work on the frog's legs, I believe.
Oh, you like the looks of that?
Oh, no way.
Looks like he may chop them up. I believe this is the first time we've seen Sakai use frog
You know,
legs.
it's hard to believe that was once a frog.
Can we talk about something else?
Frogs in French are called grenouilles.
Okay.
And frogs, they actually come from the same area where the snails come from in France.
Like the backyard.
Pretty much, yeah. Same swamp. So they're going to be a good match here.
They're like neighbors,
well,
I guess.
think, yeah.
Okay.
Right there, that's lentils.
Okay,
And
and
he's-
this right here is on the Iron Chef
Iron
side.
Chef side, right. Mixing lentil and vegetables there.
Oh, it looks
Okay.
so good.
Now giving these a little fry, stir fry in this pot. And what's he going to do with this one?
I was about to ask you.
Think he could add the frog legs here? Maybe
Maybe
the soup?
the
possible.
snails too.
True, that could happen.
We shall see.
Yeah, I think somehow he's going to stew this.
Okay.
Oh, stewing. Okay.
All right, the Iron Chef adding water. Meantime, Challenger's side, he's got tomatoes and looks like he's hollowing them out.
He's maybe going to stuff them or finish them off in the
Oh,
oven.
hey, good idea. That's a good guess,
so?
yeah.
Fukusan!
Yes.
I asked the challenger whether he knew about Iron Chef Sakai, and he said, "I'm sorry, but up until I was invited to do this show, I had never heard of him in France."
Well, nothing personal, I'm sure. Sakai's never trained or worked in France, so he wouldn't have heard of him there. And now, what are these? These the innards, Doc?
Yeah, coral. It's really, really juicy. In Japan, we actually eat all parts of the shell. And abroad, though, they don't usually eat this part. But Sakai, being Japanese, could actually serve these.
Okay. Something in mind separating the innards.
I think you're right.
We'll keep an eye on that. A little over 15 minutes gone. The Battle of Escargot.
Ah, the sauteed vegetables.
Oh, yeah, right. You see that?
Okay.
Yeah, it's for condensing the flavor there.
He added the innards?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
right there.
go ahead, big fella.
No problem. I just wanted to update you on the ingredients in the pot that you see on Sakai-san's side. Butter, garlic, leeks, endives, lentils, and the before-mentioned frog legs.
All right, so he's got the frog legs
That's
in
right.
that one. Okay, and Iron Chef Sakai with that. Now the challenger here.
Okay. Well,
Chopping action, escargot meat.
not really doing it too daintily, is he?
Big pieces there. Escargot tends not to lend itself to being finely
Fukusan.
chopped. Yes.
Speaking of these snails on the challenger side, he's chopped up all the snails that he had, except for maybe 15 or so that he still hasn't used.
Well, that might mean both chefs won't be serving anything in shells if they've just about been all chopped up.
I'm going to have to disagree with that
Yeah?
statement. Yeah.
Okay,
think
well,
we'll have
Sakai still has a tray full there.
Because visually it just won't be as exciting if you don't serve them in shells, right?
Does make sense.
Yeah, after all, it is escargot.
Right.
I love that.
Now here, what's he adding to this?
Hang on here. He's cooking this all together.
Something bold, that's for sure.
So that's a mix of butter and parsley, right? This is the way you prepare the burgundy
Right,
sauce.
I see.
Yeah, it's normally what you stuff
Okay,
into the snails.
rather conventional approach here with this one.
Yeah.
What most people here have seen. Honestly, though, I have to tell you, I have never had escargot myself.
Really? You haven't?
No, haven't. Now, the challenger here with his hoods out of the oven and checking them out. How do you think they look, Doc?
Well, not exactly perfect
Quite
cones, are they?
pointed.
I've been to his restaurant once, and he did have quite a few items decorated.
Really
like this,
likes
so,
that,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Okay, the golden boy, Bruno Menard. Whoa, the golden flamola Menard bringing the fire. Whoa, and now Sakai doing him one better.
Wow, we've got this new Olympic sport here, synchronized flaming.
You want fire, the challenger.
He's got the chopped up
I'll show you fire, says the Iron Chef.
These guys today signal each other to do this? Or what?
Man alive, double-barreled flamola action, yes.
Let me just quickly get you caught up on the ingredients that the challenger has in his frying pan. They are chopped snails, chopped bacon, chopped garlic sprouts, and he's tied it all together with a dash of red wine.
All right, thanks. So it could be using this one as a filling for something, perhaps?
Aha, that's it.
Think so?
It's got to be it. And what do we have so far?
Tomatoes, the hollowed out ones, right?
Right, tomatoes. And he had something else that looked like a bowl.
Right.
All right, yeah, what was that?
Okay, and here he goes with it.
Casseroles.
Ah, right, those two.
One of these two.
Yeah. Now, I don't think this is just for the tomatoes.
You are right. Into the bowls
Into the
here.
casserole
Okay,
thing,
and
yeah.
loading them up right there.
Right, because the color just wasn't quite right for something to go with the
Kazan?
tomatoes.
Yes.
I've just been informed that the Iron Chef has his rice cooker going.
Sakai with rice.
Yeah.
Throwing us a curve there. Doc, escargot rice. How about that?
Is that possible? Can you do that?
Well, not impossible, because here in Japan we have clam rice, right?
Right.
Clam rice, I'll buy that. And finishing this one up with some flambe action and more flamola there.
Wow.
And a liberal amount of alcohol in that one, you can tell from the color.
Definitely, yeah.
So are you ready for the escargot rice?
Kazan?
Yes.
The ingredients in this flaming frying pan are burdocks, shimeji, and enoki mushrooms, as well as regular mushrooms and escargot.
All right, thanks. And that one looking fine, up close on it. And both sides today have been bringing the fire in unison, and the temperature are
They're
rising
really
here.
enjoying this.
Looks to be in his element.
It's relaxing now.
Looks more
almost.
relaxed than when he checked out the hoods.
Oh, eggs.
Oh, egg, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, gonna crack an egg and plop it right on top there, sunny side up.
So I wonder what you call this then.
How about sunny side up, escargot below?
That's it. Just as you see it.
I wonder though with the egg on top if he might not want to be putting this one in the oven. Cook that thing up a little bit.
Kazan,
Yes.
I just noticed that Challenger Menard is making 7 servings of his dishes instead of 6 servings, which is a general rule in Kitchen Stadium. He says there's one extra just in case something happens. He's being very careful.
All right.
Very careful indeed.
I got a feeling he's probably just making that for me.
We're sharing, okay? All right.
Oh, are these olives?
Doc?
Yes, they are, yeah. And that's for the frog's legs.
The frog legs, right?
Yeah.
Eggs, and he's combining olives and frog legs.
Okay,
Yeah.
slipping them on right there. And there are the olives. Yes, interesting design.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd say so.
Not by accident.
And what's he going to do with these now?
See now. Ooh, gonna fry the whole thing up. Looks like an olive oil there.
It does look rather silly, though, doesn't it? Wearing the little olive boots.
Oh, and the legs are spreading out. Look at that as they move.
Getting some separation.
I wonder what the dish is going to look like in the end.
Sakai with a surprise there. A wild stroke of inspiration from the Iron Chef. Frog legs, clad in olive shoes, getting a workout in this pan fry.
Yeah, that's olive oil he's using there.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Kazan,
Yes.
Challenger Menard is having a hard time communicating with his assistants. For example, one assistant was about to pour water into one of his dishes after actually being instructed to add fresh cream.
Oh, man, gotta make sure they're on the same page. Miscommunication.
Oh, is he gonna steam
Could be
that?
costly.
Oh, steaming it, yeah.
Gonna steam it then.
Right. That's, well, without moisture in the oven, things can just go too dry on
So
you.
it's going in the oven.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whoops,
so-
look.
Okay, ignore my last statement. Heating them up in hot water. Sorry about that.
Okay. Wow. So the eggs won't harden that
Like
way.
a cocotte for steaming, yeah. So I think that's the intention, yeah. You're right.
Okay.
All right, I was gonna ask that.
I actually have seen this in an old cookbook that featured some 19th century French food.
Really?
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, this dish was nicknamed after Lady somebody or other. I can't remember her name.
Oh, her, sure.
Okay, moments ago, crossing the halfway point in this one, 30 minutes gone, 30 to go into the second half of the Battle of Escargot.
Okay, now hang on. This is going into the oven?
Oh, right.
Yes, into the oven after all.
Okay.
What was that all about? Changing the plan on that one, dumping the idea of heating it in water.
Oh, look at
and
that.
Still with Bernard here.
Caviar.
Tomburi, caviar, and escargot eggs.
That's it.
The white
Right.
ones.
Challenger,
Yeah.
first one to break out the caviar, and along with the escargot eggs, there, the color contrast on
Look,
those
the Iron
two.
Chef is
Yeah.
adding a bunch more ingredients to those frog legs.
Major effort over there.
Right.
So it ended up all together like that.
Not going to be frog legs standing alone. A lot of goodies in it
Mushrooms and a
there.
whole bunch of other things.
Yes, still, the pairing of frog legs and snails, don't come across that one every day. And don't forget the olives.
Frog legs with the olive shoes. That's right. You'll see those.
Some of the dish is starting to take shape now on both sides.
That's right. Now, check this one out here. He's just blended something. Or is about to blend something, I guess.
Is that something like a soup?
Right.
Okay, we're talking about the Iron
Iron
Chef.
Chef.
Right, the Iron
yeah.
Chef.
And he had
Okay.
that soupy item before.
Ah, that's what he's blending here.
Right, and the one with the innards, too.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, right, plus the lentils.
Okay, yeah.
And now we're up to speed on it.
Right, so that means it's going to be a sauce.
Right.
Okay, that one confirmed on Sakai's side, and now over here,
Wow.
Oh, he's hollowed out taro potatoes.
Potatoes.
check that out.
Potatoes.
And using the stuff right here to fill them.
Right, escargot, of course.
Filling it up
Sure.
Yeah.
as a substitute shell.
Oh, good point. I didn't even think about it yet.
Kuzan,
Yes.
the mix of items that he's stuffing into the taro potatoes are escargot, butter, brandy, onions, salt, veal broth, string beans, and burdocks.
And burdocks
great.
too.
It's
Wow.
almost like a Japanese stew.
All right, now back to the challenge
And Kuzan?
side. Yes.
The items going into the eggs, I'm sorry, not the eggs, the tomatoes. The tomatoes are now being stuffed with a mix of escargot, thyme, butter, sliced ginger, shallots, garlic, goose fat, and chilies.
All right, thanks, big fella. Now he's...
Wow.
So he's going to grill those.
Okay, another visual statement they'll make.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And you say these will be grilled.
That's what I said.
Okay, and right now on top, triangular pieces of bread being fried here.
20
Sauteing in
minutes to
butter
go.
right there.
Maybe
you
use them
see?
as a pillow for something to rest on. And now Iron Chef side, he's got bread too.
These two are completely together today,
no,
aren't they?
really?
Cooking on the same
Major
wavelength.
harmony, and of course with originality and flavor all the way
Almost
along.
seems as if these guys are being cued by someone to do their thing at the same time.
Exactly.
Bread,
exactly.
fire, stuffing.
Sure. Oh, check this out, putting on the lids.
Oh, and the Iron Chef has finished a soup, I think.
See here,
Is it over there?
Sakai's side.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Didn't know he was working on a
Just put
soup.
soup into this, I'm sure.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
I can't see right
Right,
there.
that one in the blender. That's it.
Oh,
Right.
okay, that was
Yep,
a soup, not
a
a
soup,
sauce.
yep.
then. Okay, again, apologies.
Okay, an escargot soup it is then.
I see.
Snail soup, courtesy of Sakai. And now here,
That looks like ravioli.
could be, yes, right
Wow.
Okay.
there. Or you could call it snail gyoza,
Okay. How about those floating in a soup?
Sure.
could be in
Good
there, soup.
idea.
like wonton noodles.
It's fun guessing and seeing everything come together. It's great.
All right, now back on the challenger side, and
Oh, okay. Oh, he did do this.
trio of
Oh,
eggs.
that, the
Okay,
eggs,
so actually, well, tomburi is not eggs per
excuse
se,
me.
right?
Okay, escargot eggs.
Caviar,
And tomburi,
three
right?
items combined, mixed up there.
But what's the sauce?
Balsamic vinegar, I
Kuzan?
think.
Balsamic vinegar, okay, yes.
Yeah, let me give you the ingredients being mixed in this bowl. Oyster sauce, balsamic vinegar, chopped red bell pepper, tomburi, caviar, escargot eggs, and chives.
All right, got it.
God, that guy speaks quickly.
Sorry, because there are pistachios in there as well.
Okay, and now over to the Iron Chef side, he's got some smaller circular pastry
Right, some
sheets.
wee circles there for something. It looked like pie sheets almost.
He had the
don't
square ones earlier.
Another item for the soup, maybe? But it's
they?
kind
It's a
of...
little different, isn't it? Yeah, I think this is more for a pie.
Kuzan?
Yes.
Yeah, as you've noticed, Iron Chef Sakai does have two types of wrappings, square ones and circular round ones.
Right.
The square ones are gyoza skins. Those are being stuffed with a mix of onions, shimeji mushrooms, parsley, regular mushrooms, and escargot.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so I think one is for the soup and the other one is for frying or something
gotta
like
be
that.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't put these two into the same container at the same time. And just
Okay, well, this one here looks more like a gyoza.
but the other one, he's definitely going to put them in the soup. I'm staking my career on this one, folks.
Are you sure?
All right, 15 minutes left. Definitely not moving at a snail's pace in this one. And now Sakai here, and
Okay.
Mr. Frog Legs is that right?
he and his frog legs.
My favorite frog legs.
What about this one? We'll call it
Which one,
a
this one?
gratin
What
here.
else can you call it, really?
A gratin
yeah,
of
yeah.
escargot.
That's pretty much what it is.
But
Yeah.
it is a little watery there, a lot of liquid. Not much of a crispy surface.
Not
Does
at
bell
all.
peppers go with this?
These are bell peppers over here that he's laid on?
Aren't they? No?
Well, maybe he's going to put it back into the oven.
Oh, yeah, that would do it
Oh,
then.
sure, the old double treatment. Sure. That
All
could be.
right.
Right, and what's this cream-like stuff on the Challenger
I
side?
was
Let's get
wondering
over
that
there
too.
here
Yeah,
and
what
see
is
if we can
that?
pick that up.
Fukusan,
Yes.
the paste-like item in the metal bowl on the Challenger side is a mix of strained mashed potatoes, pistachio oil, egg yolks, and salt.
Wow.
Pistachio oil in
Hey,
there.
but there's something on it, isn't there?
Where?
Right in the circular mold, in the closest one.
Okay, yeah.
Did you see that?
Let's see there. Yes, another item.
I think that's the sautéed escargot on top.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Now
You
what's-
got it, Doc. Yeah, in the soup.
Where are you at there?
Oh, you see? Did I tell you? I
You
told you.
said the circle ones, right?
Okay.
That's
Oh, no, that's what, the ravioli? you mean?
Okay, yes, you called it.
Okay. Man, that's better than I thought I was at this.
Today's the qualifier, Doc. All right. And pretty unusual color there, that soup.
no, yeah.
He's making fried rice.
Fried rice.
Look at his move.
flopping about there.
Amazing.
That's so good.
Sakai with the 1-2, 1-2.
It's just so smooth and
dancing.
quick.
You know, you
Totally,
really got to be in good shape to do this.
They say it's all in the wrists.
Exactly, yeah. Look at
Look
that.
at
Man's
that.
got rhythm.
The guy is a machine.
Is dancing, just like you said. Gosh.
Very much. And it's, each grain of rice is getting cooked completely evenly there.
He's going to have a sore arm after this
to
one.
go.
All right, Challenger now. Decorative work on this
Is
one
this
with the
the
circle
sauce?
mold.
Yeah, that one.
The mix of caviar and escargot eggs, right?
Yes.
Right,
uh-huh.
and the trio sauce.
All right.
Right.
Tomburi and what was it? Caviar and escargot. That's
Right,
it.
right.
Okay, very earthy color there.
Right, that's the balsamic vinegar showing through.
Fukusan?
Yes.
While you're on the subject of that blended sauce, let me tell you that he's also added to that chopped garlic sprouts, and avocados. Back
All
to you.
right, thanks.
Now, to change the subject completely, let's take a look at the pies here. I think they're ready.
Okay.
And a marvelous presentation.
Yeah, and on a crimson plate, too.
Japanese lacquerware.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you notice, that plate is pointed.
Yeah.
Right, the Challenger symbol almost.
Maybe saluting the challenger. I have no idea.
Or his response.
So in the molds, which Sakai-san is known for, are being used by the Challenger, but Sakai is borrowing the pointed object for his presentation.
Sakai knows who he's up against.
Combining Japanese and French.
All right, now, did he have this one in the oven? The
I think he
gratin
did,
dish?
just lightly.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, I saw him do that.
Right.
All right, but now kind of looking like a creamy stew, this one by Sakai.
Yeah, it's true. So it's actually not really a gratin at all, really.
No, it doesn't look like
I mean,
it.
he used a gratin server, right, when he put it in the oven, if I
All
remember
right,
correctly.
now here he goes.
Here it comes.
Pull that off.
All right, here we go with the original.
Our signature
symbol,
piece going on top. The circle molds under the hood.
Oh, it's
Well,
great
just
to
gotta
see them
call
keeping
them-
their shape, though. at
Yeah,
least, you know.
they're, what are they, pyramids, I guess we call them? That's looks like the closest thing that,
Okay.
in French cooking, I think.
Not
we
the
call them
Eiffel
that.
Tower.
No, not the Eiffel Tower.
So what does the Iron Chef have?
He's got his toast there.
Ah, right,
and
toast.
Also the classic burgundy-style escargot underneath.
All right, so Iron Chef Sakai delivering one here, more of a conventional approach, and looks like neither guy is going to be giving us an escargot dessert.
Oh, stop, please.
Well, normally for desserts after escargot courses, they serve a hazelnut ice cream.
look.
Okay, Manar pouring on some
eggs.
sauce.
Some red sauce on
Fukusan?
it?
Reddish brown, yes.
About that sauce that you're seeing being added here, it's made from red wine and butter simmered together, but he's also added cinnamon powder and sugar to that.
Cinnamon powder and sugar in it too. Should be a bit on the sweet side, the sauce there.
It's probably going to get pretty thick, too.
And how would you go about eating this one? Mix it up or eat it layer by layer?
I think you just mix the whole thing up and pretty much hope for the best.
Okay. And that one from Minar, and now Iron
The Iron Chef seems to be doing something to the rice.
It's like a risotto now.
He's adding, what, eggs to that?
Whoa.
So he mixed eggs in that?
That's it. That's what he's doing.
Okay. Interesting.
As a finishing touch, probably.
Escargot raw added to the rice by the Iron Chef. Challenge Minar, and now a minute to go. The final 60 seconds of 60 minutes of cooking.
Look at the challenger.
Ooh, he's got one, too.
Yeah, but it's a
the
different
pointed
color,
plate.
though.
Yeah.
Look.
Blue, the bottom plate there.
Right, the top plate is like the Italian flag.
Good pickup, yes.
You know, it could have been red, white, and blue for the French
30
flag.
seconds.
Both sides busting it, less than 30 seconds now.
Ah, Dick, look, the bottom plate is blue.
That one red, white, and blue, and some green thrown in for good measure from the golden boy of French cuisine. While on the other side, the Delacroix of French cuisine, Iron Chef
15
Sakai,
seconds
trying to
to
work
go.
his magic and come away with his 9th straight victory. But his hands full
10
with this
seconds
challenger,
to
Minar, a
go.
previous winner of the Most Creative Chef of the Year award in France. Will the
5
golden boy
seconds.
have the Midas touch in
3,
Kitchen Stadium? We'll soon
2,
find out. Final
1.
seconds ticking down, and that's it. The Escargot Battle is over.
How did everything turn out?
C'était comment le. Qu'est-ce que vous. C'était bien
Oh, okay. Daijoubu desu. Daijoubu desu.
Great. So, how did this hour go?
You know, I'm not used to the shelled ones, so it was tough at the beginning.
And
But-
how about your dishes?
Well, perfect.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Challenger Menard is offering 4 dishes. First, escargot tempura style, with a coating of roasted sesame seeds adding a Japanese touch. The sourness of the balsamic vinegar dressing amplifies this pleasant starter. Second, escargot in a pyramid. Inside the pyramid are escargot and avocados, which will interact with the sauce of a unique flavor and texture, combining caviar, escargot eggs, and tonburi seeds. Escargot and egg cocotte. Tasters will stir it with a cinnamon stick before eating. A delightful dish with a measure of sweetness. The aroma of the combination of red wine and cinnamon could almost lead one to think it's a dessert. Last, tomato stuffed with escargot. The parsley cream sauce with its wonderful visual appeal achieves a nice harmony with the snails, getting an assist from the sourness of tomatoes. Iron Chef Sakai counters with his set of 4 dishes. First, escargot pie and taro gratin, which is presented almost like a formal Japanese appetizer. The natural sweetness of taro potatoes draws out the flavor of escargot, while the pie adds an agreeable textural component. Second, grilled escargot in a shell, a conventional recipe for gourmets. The tender, fresh snails are neatly packaged. The flavor of their meat is enhanced by the slight bitterness of the innards. Third is escargot ravioli and bean soup. Iron Chef Sakai delivering a straight-ahead, simple soup, allowing the tasters to fully focus on the flavor of the escargot contained in the ravioli pieces. Last, escargot and frog leg stew, served with butter rice. The bold stroke of combining escargot and frog legs is further advanced by the use of black olives, adding a touch of sourness. The essence of the creamy soup has penetrated all the way into the escargot. The magnificent butter rice with an escargot flavor is enjoyed with the cream sauce poured over it. And now the moment of truth, tasting and judgment. On the panel today for the Escargot Battle are songwriter Yasushi Akimoto, actress Keiko Saito, singer Jun Inoue, and culinary critic Asako Kishi. First, the dishes of Challenger Menard.
Please enjoy it with the sauce.
In terms of the flavor, the taste of sesame seeds lingers in my mouth. I wish it were a bit more complex, though, is what I really feel. The aroma of the sesame seeds is maybe too much.
It's good with the sauce. Well, the dressing. At first, this was not sharp enough, but with the dressing, it all comes together, you know?
Right.
Well, you can't say that this is bad, but the sesame seeds are a bit overpowering. It's like eating sesame seed crackers and shellfish for our viewers at home.
Please crush the pyramid with your forks or knives and enjoy.
I like this sauce. This, with the tonburi seeds and escargot eggs and caviar. It's a lot of different things. And this avocado is really good. When you take this pyramid and eat it together, the taste is really different. It's very nice.
It's crispy at first, then there's the soft potatoes. You know, 2 different textures combined. It's very interesting.
And now the tasters stirring the third dish, the cocotte with cinnamon sticks.
Now, I don't really have the right words for this. It's, well, a bit hard to describe. It's kind of like the last bit of sukiyaki. That's what it tastes like to me. Saito-san, don't you think so?
This is almost too complex to describe, really. If someone said to me, "This is very good, isn't it?" I'd say, "Yeah, I agree." But if someone said, "I don't like this," I might agree with that too. I don't know really what to think.
The tomatoes are used very effectively in this. Boy, I love this one. I have to say that this is my favorite among all of his dishes so far today.
This is French food, but the way he presented it makes it feel somehow very familiar to me.
Right now, I'm still intrigued by this mysterious dish. I like this one the most. I don't think we should give up on this so early. You know, so you get used to the flavor and appreciate the true flavor. It's like starting to appreciate food that you hated when you were a child. You see?
And now up, the dishes of Iron Chef Sakai.
The sweetness of the taro potatoes adds a lot to the escargot. And let's see, the firm texture of the snails and the softness of the creamy potatoes combine very, very nicely in the mouth.
You know, I have to say that the pie didn't do a whole lot for me. You know, the escargot and the potato, this was definitely a first for me. I like the, I don't know, what should I call it, the harmony. I think it's very good, yeah. It's always a chore on these, huh?
They're so rather tedious, isn't it?
If it's difficult, use your hands to put it in place.
The escargot that you get when you're at a restaurant, usually they're fit back into the shells, isn't that right? Well, compared to those, this has a real natural flavor.
It's the first time I've had the innards. Quite good. It's soft overall.
Yes, yes, you sense the escargot's flavor, but the sauce is not overpowering. It's not overly dependent on the sauce. You know, that's where your professional skills come out.
You know, I like this a lot, but if you ask me, I don't know, the flavor could be just a bit heavier. I heard you say that a minute ago. I should have done that, but I can't go back and redo this. Well, the soup itself is really good, but for me, I don't know, just a bit more flavor would have been perfect.
I'm the opposite, you know. I really love the subtle flavors. So this soup for me is just great.
Now closing with his eye-popping escargot and frog leg stew with butter rice.
The sauce over the rice, please. Good. Very good. You know, I don't mean to be rude, but I think at last we have a dish that is close to what I was hoping for in terms of flavor. It's very good. It's very satisfying.
Now, in the end, well, what do you call this? The cream sauce alone is great. And then you added butter rice, so that could be enjoyed with the sauce. I think Sakai-san wins by his superior designing of this just wonderful lineup.
豪明が認めた今日の挑戦者の料理、それは想像以上に斬新で最先端フレンチの風を十分に感じさせてくれました。しかしこのキッチンスタジアムではこの4人の審査が全てです。それでは発表します。
Today, two of the country's foremost and most creative French chefs going toe-to-toe with escargot. Challenger Menard trying to maintain his golden touch, while Iron Chef Sakai trying to win his 9th straight. Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
鉄人酒井宏之。
It's the Iron Chef Sakai, besting the one-time most creative chef of the year in France. Menard certainly wears Sakai now, but a good sport offering his congratulations, and Sakai likewise a gracious winner. And now let's check the scores. Akimoto 18-15 Iron Chef, Saito 17-15 Iron Chef, Inoue 20-19 Iron Chef, Kishi 20-17 Iron Chef, Sakai sweeping his way to his 9th straight win. A big one today for Iron Chef French Hiroyuki